Leonid and Friends, the band that does Chicago, some say better than Chicago. I will say something, they do them really, really well. They're a Russian band who have impressive numbers, not only on stages, but on YouTube where it started. Their version of Chicago's If You Leave Me Now is at 10 million on YouTube. Their version of 25 or 624, an early Chicago hit, is also around 10 million. A little while ago, they started doing Earth, Wind, and Fire. After the Love Is Gone is at 9.3 last time I checked. I've been searching so long, 6.1. And their venture into the Carpenters with Superstars at 3.9. And that's just mentioning a few. We talked to Leonid and his son Roman, who's their manager, about a very important member of Chicago. Terry Kath, the original guitarist who died on January 23rd, 1978, just 4 months after his last album with Chicago, Chicago 11, which was released September 12th, 1977. What would he say to Terry Kath if he had a chance? I mean, trust me, this guy's been studying this band and listening to this band from way back. Knows every part of every instrument of all the songs he's played with his band from Chicago. That and a lot more on Rock History Music. Terry Kath was born January 31st, 1946 in Chicago. He was a founding member and guitarist and vocalist of the rock band Chicago. Kath was known for his soulful voice, innovative guitar playing, and his influence was integral to the band's distinctive sound. He was renowned for his mastery of guitar, often compared to Jimi Hendrix, who once praised him as being better than himself. Terry Kath's playing was characterized by its raw power, expressive bends, and intricate solos, which can be heard on tracks like 25 or 624 or Make Me Smile and Freeform Guitar. As a songwriter, Kath wrote some big ones: Introduction and Freeform Guitar from the first album, Chicago Transit Authority, The Road and In the Country from Chicago, Song of the Evergreens from Chicago 7, Once or Twice from Chicago 10, Mississippi Delta Blues, which was a classic in concert, and a bonus track on Chicago 5, and many more. Tragically, Kath's life was cut short on January 23rd, 1978, just days before his 32nd birthday. He died from an accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound while handling a firearm at a party. The circumstances of his death remain surrounded by mystery and speculation, as friends and family grappled with the loss of a gifted musician whose potential was far from realized. His legacy endures through his contributions to Chicago and their enduring catalog. Leonid and Friends is a Russia band formed in 2014 by Leonid Vorobyov, specializing in remarkable faithful covers of Chicago music, and they've now gone on to the Carpenters and Wind and Fire. The group has garnered a substantial international following through the YouTube performances, comprising of musicians from Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. Leonid and Friends meticulously recreate Chicago's complex arrangements and their vibrant sound. Their viral videos led to successful tours across the United States, where they really have captivated audiences with their precision and passion. The band's impressive musicianship and deep appreciation for classic rock has earned them acclaim and devoted global fan base. If you could say something to Terry Kath, if he was still with us and you met him, what would you tell him?
Oh my gosh, don't do it. Don't do it, please. Terry Kath.
But what about his music though? What about what has he shown you? What has he taught you? What would you tell him man to man?
He is the only one, как сказать, был он самоучкой.
He learned himself. He was
Yes.
all, learn it all himself.
But he had so big soul, and he had so huge talent that he start to sing. It's I have goosebumps. He's played on guitar. He's playing guitar. Was so passionate, so good, so unique. He had unique technique. He had unique, как сказать, не похожий.
Just totally original.
Yes, totally original.
Yeah. So what would you tell him? Что бы ты ему сказал как музыканту?
Я бы сказал, я мечтаю быть рядом с тобой.
He would say, I dream to just play next to you.
You know, the Chicago had was a band with a, как сказать, balance, ideal.
Just ideal balance.
Ideal balance between jazzy horns and rock rhythm section and vocal harmonies. 3 different voices, and everyone is so individuality,
Yeah. Yeah.
individual, and combine it together. It's so great. It's not compared to
Yeah.
anything else.
That's just yeah. You wouldn't find that too often. That kind of a combo with so many different vocals and
Yeah.
ranges and the harmonies and so many different elements to it. It's just a big book of fairy tales that you just like
Yes.
go through, you know. And each song is just so much creativity and so much going on. And that's part of what how Leonid chooses the next song to record. He wants something that gives him challenge, a musical challenge to reproduce.
You're the band manager, right, Roman?
Yes, I'm the manager and I'm also the son of Leonid.
What's the next steps? Where are you guys going after this? You going home or?
This is Leonid here. Our second home now is Florida. That's where we are basically based between the tours with Leonid. And then the rest of the guys are kind of spread around, some in Russia, some in Los Angeles, so all over the place.
I'm telling you what everyone has told you so far, which is everyone stops in their tracks and they go, that's it. It doesn't get better than this. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. I'm a big fan of theirs.
How does it work legally with you guys to be able to play Chicago music? Because obviously there's not a problem.
We're not the first ones and not the last ones to play covers or tribute to other bands. You know, the thing is, as long as you pay the royalties on any music that you sell, right? Let's say
We buy
on
licenses.
yeah, we buy licenses for every CD that we sell, every song that we put out on iTunes or you know, whatever, Google Music. So we buy the license and then we sell, and then the venues obviously have their own system when we play live shows, how they split part of the profit as part of the royalties. So they have a program for that.
What about
It's
YouTube?
basically- yeah, so YouTube and Facebook, they have finally worked out a system with the big music rights owners like the Universal Music, Sony Music, etc., BMG. Where if you have a channel and you want to run it, that's fine. They automatically split any ad profits between your channel and the right owners.
Yeah.
So usually there is no problem as long as you're not trying to do something out of the ordinary.
You said something a while ago about maybe songs that didn't get their rightful listen back in the day. Mississippi Delta Blues. When you guys did that, I'm getting goosebumps talking about this because I was a huge Chicago fan. I'm an insane Chicago fan. And I know that didn't do as well as the other ones because it's not as well known, but you guys kicked it out of the park. Tell me about why you picked that song.
Maybe a couple of years, one of our fan gave me the record from the Chicago, was not Chicago yet, but a big thing.
Yes.
They were called Big Thing.
Yes. And there was a record from some club, and they played Mississippi Delta City Blues. And they played and that was wow. And that was I don't remember, there was a second version, and the third version is Chicago 11.
Yes, it is.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, Chicago 5, the big thing, Chicago 5 and Chicago 11.
Version. And then Chicago 11.
So it's always been on Leonid's top favorites. And it's one of those hidden deep tracks by Terry Kath. And
we are on the same page.
we both, Leonid and I, think that Terry Kath is extremely underrated, under-recognized guitar player, vocalist, and just all in all artist, musician. The amount of creativity and rock he brought to Chicago is just unbelievable. And so we definitely want to, bring his legacy to view as well.
Remember, we love your support. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a PayPal link at the very top of the description. You can join our Patreon and get early access to all our videos. And our swag store, well, it includes t-shirts, caps, T-tops, and a whole bunch of stuff. For Rock History Music, this channel, our longer form channel, Rock History Book, and our Canadian channel, Rock History Canada. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos, like them as well. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music.